YouTube. It is your girl, Ayana, the Crafty Notary, back with another video. And before we even get started, let me just say thank you to all of those who have subscribed to my channel. I've been on YouTube under this name now for a little more than a couple of months. And I feel like, my channel is growing. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this video and you have not hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit the button and hit the bell so that you'll be notified on my next video. Also, a big thank you goes out to everyone who drops a comment below. I respond to each and every one of them. So if you have a question, you have a comment, please make sure to leave it below and I would do my best to answer it for you. And the third piece of housekeeping news that I want to share with you is that I am full on business coaching. So it is not limited to the notary business. However, I'm here to serve my notary peeps first. So if you have a question about getting started, you need some guidance, you need mentorship, you're on your journey and you're not sure how to scale up yet, or anything, go to my website, www.thecraftynotary, click the link that says coaching, and sign up for coaching. Everyone can afford it. Well, let me say this. It's affordable to you. So sign up for it. And I've already had some clients and good results so far. And what else? I think that's it. So today I want to kind of talk candidly about something that came up in a conversation. And then I came across an article in the National Notary Association's bulletin about the same exact thing. So what are we talking about? I've mentioned this before, and it is all about whether or not this industry is overcrowded. I also should mention I had a comment on one of my videos that said the market was saturated. It was too crowded. And the companies are just going to lowball everyone, and it's diluting the game. I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Number one, the number one reason is that the universe is infinite. I've said this before. There's enough work for everyone if you want it. Number two, there is enough business out here for everyone if you want it. So the key to growing and sustaining in this business is working actually in your business. So what does the National Notary Association say? And you can find this article on their website by clicking on their notary bulletin. It's dated September the 15th. And the question was posed, is the notary industry overcrowded? Too overcrowded for me to start a business? And the answer is, drum roll please, no. Although there is an increase in the number of people becoming notaries, the market is far from oversaturated, and they give reasons why they think it's not and ways to help your business bring in consistent customers. So number one, they say the reason why it's not oversaturated is because you'd be surprised to find out how many different kinds of places need notary services. For example, did you know that some tattoo shops need a notary in order for minors to get a tattoo? It happens. So are you marketing to a tattoo shop? Are you marketing to hospitals? Are you marketing to active living communities? Those are all places that may need notary services somewhere along the line. Also, you have the remote notarization opportunity opening up. Now, let me be honest. Even though I did the video on how to get your RON, I don't actively work in my RON. And even though I'm signed up for Notarize, I do not actively work that. And that's going to bring me to another point later in the video. It says find new opportunities beyond your local area. And that's a big one for me too, because where I live in Florida is not necessarily suburban. It is suburban of Tampa. However, it's still a little bit rural. And we're just now transitioning into suburbia. So we're growing, but we're not all the way there yet. And so a lot of opportunities that come across for me are at least 45 minutes away from where I am. So let me just say, if I abide by the Facebook comments and all the folks that are upset because I'm taking a loan signing that's 45 minutes or an hour away for $85, $95, or $100, then I would never make money. You hear me? So you have to know where you live. You have to know your area. And a lot of areas in Florida are still pretty rural, and you can tap into that because they're still selling property in those areas, but they may not have notaries that are local. So keep that in mind as you are out here marketing. Be willing to stretch. And if you don't get the money that you're asking for, the $200 to drive wherever, so be it. You can either make $200 or $0. You make the choice. What else is it saying here? Supporting your fellow notaries. So having a support group, which like I have in Facebook Messenger, that is valuable to your business because we can share tips. We can help each other. Somebody may not be available. I may be available. We can kind of refer out work to different areas or title companies. Say, hey, I can't do this for you, but let me find someone who can. And I've actually had that call where someone asked me, could I do a signing and bring a witness? And I couldn't do it, but I tried to reach out to my group and nobody was available. Nobody responded. So, hey, I don't know what to tell you. So those are all good ideas on how to still grow your business, even though there's an increase in notaries in this state. Florida is a really big state for notaries. But let me talk about this as well. And I said I will come back to it from a previous comment about the remote notarization. You need to know what your priorities are for your business. So if you don't have a business plan, and I'm going to do a video on how to create a business plan in the future, but if you don't have a business plan, at the very least, I want you to write down how you want your business to make money, okay? Write it down somewhere. Write it on a board, write it in a notebook, put it in your computer, put it on a note on your phone. Write down the 3 main ways you want your business to make money, okay? For me, the top 2 ways that my business is making money is loan signings first, general notary work second, and then if I want to go out, I probably will put remote third, but I'd really like to develop my business into the apostille or apostilles area before the remote work. All right. And then I also want you to write down how much money do you ideally, realistically want to make per month. If you're doing this part-time, what does that look like for you? If you're doing this full-time, what does it take to sustain your household? How does it look for you written down? Because if you write it down, now you have it plain for you to see and you can follow through much easier. If you write down how many signings do you want to do in a month and then go after them, you can clearly go down your path when you know that it's well lit. You get what I'm saying? All right. So like I said, I'm going to do a business plan video, but I want you to at least do that. And drop a comment below and say done when you have done it. All right. So that is the thing. I want you to put your priorities in order for your business. And the next thing I want to talk about on this video is being an entrepreneur. Okay. Being an entrepreneur comes with certain responsibilities. Okay. First of all, it comes with a responsibility to your clients. So it's your responsibility to offer top quality customer service, right, to your clients. It's your responsibility to dress professionally in this business as a loan signing agent, right? It's your responsibility to make sure you are checking and double checking your work. But beyond that, you need to have the responsibility as a business owner to of paying your taxes on time, right? So what does that look like for you? Do you even know how much you will need to pay in taxes? There are calculators out there. There's software out there that can help you predict how much you need to pay. Go on irs.gov. Look at QuickBooks or other software that can give you an idea of how much you need to pay in taxes. But that is a strategic part of being a business owner. And let me say, it's not just because you're paying your taxes. It's also because if you are not paying into Social Security and Medicare and things like that, it won't come back to you. So those are things you need to think of as a business owner. You also need to set up plans for retirement. So if you're working full time right now in this business and you're killing it and you're making buku money, you need to make sure that your LLC or your business is set up properly so that you are paid properly, so that you are putting into retirement plans, into Social Security, into all of these things, because I guarantee you, when you get down the line and you ran your own business for all these years, it won't be there for you. So that is a number one priority in my life. And it's the number one reason why I'm running a business on the side. It is because I want to ensure I get to financial freedom or financial independence for me and my family when it comes to retirement. Me and my husband, should I say, when it comes to retiring. Okay. So those are things as an entrepreneur you need to think about. You need to have people in place. I always say you need an attorney on deck. You need a CPA on deck. And you need a financial advisor or a financial planner. Now, your CPA can act as both sometimes. And so can your attorney. But at the very least, you need those two. And sometimes they don't come cheap. And so you don't need to skimp as well. So if you're running a business, you need to make sure you are doing it properly. Otherwise, you're not going to get out of this system what's intended. And it's not about black or white or any of that. Businesses are green. So all businesses are treated the same in the United States of America, and they are green, okay? As in greenbacks, as in money. So there's many things you can tap into as a business owner, but if you don't have the proper setup, you don't have the proper things in place, you are going to miss it, all right? So what else did I want to talk about today? How's everyone doing in your business? I like to hear how everyone is doing in their business. So drop me a comment below and tell me how your business is working for you. Let's see. Oh, I did want to talk about this as well, because this is a law that was passed in Florida and it was just signed on June 21st. It's effective back to January 1st, though, of 2020. It doesn't become effective until January 1st, 2022. Okay. So it was signed into law, House Bill 121, signed into law on June 21st, 2021, goes into effect on January 1st, 2022. And it has changed the first state bill to amend some remote notarization provisions. So what has it changed? It changed the online notary registration. I'm just going to read it. It clarifies that to register to perform online notarizations, a notary, civil law notary, or commissioner of deeds must submit their commission or appointment number with his or her registration and not a copy of the commission or appointment as before. So effective January 1st, you will need to submit your commission with your registration and not a copy. So I guess they're saying you need to send the actual certificate. So that's interesting. Are they going to send it back? I think they will, because they sent me back a whole package with my application and it was stapled and filed. So they'll probably send it back. But it says no longer a copy. All right. Number 2, no longer requires an applicant for registration as an online notary to confirm with the Department of State that the applicant's chosen remote online notarization service provider satisfies the requirements of Florida's online notarization laws. So it's saying that you don't any longer have to confirm that your chosen remote, your RON platform or provider satisfies the requirement. So you don't have to confirm that. All right. As far as electronic notarization, what has changed? So requires a notary public performing a notarial act with respect to an electronic record to select the technology and provider to be used for the notarial act. So we can choose the technology and the provider that we want in order to complete the RON. Clarifies that a person may not require the notary to use a particular technology for notarizing an electronic record. So no one can require which one we use for a RON. We can choose the one that we want to use. And it clarifies that a notary public, if the notary public is required by his or her contract or employer to perform notarial acts with respect to the electronic records, and the contract or employer may require the use of a particular technology and provider for those notarial acts. So if you are under contract, you may be required to use a particular technology. So for example, if you're under contract with Notarize, you got to use Notarize platform. All right. So, but if you're out here and Joe Blow contacts you and wants you to notarize a document remotely, they can't say, well, I want you to use Doc Verify or One Notary. You can choose whatever one you want to use. All right. And then let's see. So it also clarifies that for an online notarization of a principal not located within the United States, a passport issued by a foreign government that does not include the stamp of the United States Bureau of Citizenship and Immigration Services may be used as government-issued identification to verify the principal's identity. This is a big one. So let me read it again. Clarifies for an online notarization of a principal not located within the United States, a passport issued by a foreign government, because our primer says you can use a passport issued by a foreign government if it is stamped by USCIS. USCIS. But this is saying for the purposes of online notary, it may be used as government issued ID to credential to verify the person's identity. So that's a new one. Authorizes a notary to take the oath of an individual testifying at any court proceeding. All right. Clarifies that an individual for whom an oath to be administered remotely is outside of Florida, must be by two audio video communication. Let's see, any big ones. Let's see. Clarifies that in keeping an electronic journal of online notarizations, an online notary must note in the journal the type of notarial act performed and whether or not, whether it's an oath or an acknowledgement. So is it a jurat or is it an acknowledgement? All right, let's see. Let's see. Requires an online notary to notify the Department of State of the effective date of change in remote online notarizations within 30 days after the change. So you still have to do that. And it's funny because I heard on Clubhouse that this was gone away, but it says it's still there. All right, so there's also a section for recordings of remote notarizations. Here's a good one. Requires an online notary of a guardian of an incapacitated online notary public, or the personal representative of a deceased online notary public, who by contract delegates the notary's duty to retain the electronic journal to notify the Department of State of the effective date of the delegation. So in the event that you pass away or you're incapacitated, someone else can be delegated to contact the Department of State regarding your online journal. Let's see. This one's a long list. Clarifies that an online notary may charge a fee not to exceed $20 per transaction record for making and delivering electronic copies of a given series of related electronic records, and the remote online notarization service may charge a fee not to exceed $20 for providing access to or the copy of related audio video communication recordings. So if they want a copy of the recording or the electronic records, you can charge up to $20, looks like, for making copies. Let's see. Other changes. Clarifies that the fee for notary public may not exceed $10 for a notarial act for paper-based notarial act or an electronic notarial act performed in the presence of a notary. So if someone comes to your office with an electronic document and you sign it, let's say with your iPad electronically, but they're sitting in front of you, you can charge $10. You cannot charge the $25. So $25 is if you both are not in the same place. They come through by audio video communication. That is the $25. All right. Let's see. Clarifies that fees for services other than notarial acts, including fees charged by a remote online notarization service provider, are not governed by the Florida statute, and such services are not considered closing services. And the fee for those services may be separately charged. So you can charge other fees that are not related to notarial acts. This is some good stuff. So I would encourage you to go to the National Notary Association's website, and this can be found under the Knowledge Center and the Laws and Resources. You select Florida, and then you can see all of the laws that have changed. And again, this one was just signed June 21st, and it does not go into effect until January 1st, 2022. The big one that stands out for me is the passport, the foreign government passport, because I've gotten 2 calls now, or 1 call now, for someone who was in Spain or something like that with a passport, and I could not do it because they did not have the stamp. So, and I noticed that other states do it without the stamp, so now Florida is going to be one of them too. So, all right, that's it for this video today. If you've watched all the way to the end, throw a heart down below to show me some love, because I appreciate you watching. I have some videos coming up for everyone. I'm going to do the YNAB video. I'm going to do the budget plan video. Business plan, not budget planning. Business plan video and the YNAB budgeting video. Those are forthcoming. And until then, I will see you all the next time. Peace out.